My name's Jake Phillips, come from Narracourt in South Australia, and I work for myself with my wife in a company called Phillips Livestock Solutions, and we are predominantly advisors in the red meat supply chain, particularly around beef cattle, and we also run a Angus seed stock operation here at Narracourt with our family. Without doubt, some of the take-homes for me have really been around calculating your cost of carry, but also the cost of change, and taking certain types or categories of animals to the next level and really working out what it's going to cost you to do that, and making sure that you've got some assumptions around that. I think some of the also intrinsic confidence that comes from it though too is to not be afraid of say falling markets or volatile markets, because there's always an opportunity. And I suppose looking at the margin between categories, not necessarily the high sell price or the low buy price, it's actually the difference between them. So I think for me that confidence has certainly been that's been a great take home from the course. And I think the clarity about the steps involved with the trade has also really helped me as well. Many of our clients have a breeding operation, but they also now are increasing their trading operation just to help with cash flow. So I think it really helps me understand that side of the business, and putting a value on everything from an empty cow to a weaner to a feedlot steer, and just looking at what's it going to be, cost our operation to get it to the next level. So I've really enjoyed it, and the clarity and confidence that comes out of it, I think, for everyone speaks for itself. Some of the exercises we did, they're hypotheticals with, increasing stock or decreasing our capital available. That was a really good example, I think, for some of the principles through the course around this trade-off between grass, money, and livestock. And I think until you start doing those scenarios, you don't understand the importance of having some grass buffer and having some capital still left to take advantage of opportunities. I think many of us were caught out in the course, hypothetically overstocking because it was a good trade at the time, but we then, I suppose, missed the opportunity going forward, or circumstances unfold where we needed a bit more capital or a bit more grass. So I think some of the underlying principles around managing the relationship between grass and money and livestock, for me that was a big take home. You kind of feel it intuitively, but until you start putting some numbers around it, I think you can overlook the importance of the three. This will definitely help us look at our business differently, and it's around everyone's, I suppose, interested in their return on investment, whether it be genetics or the cattle they're buying or the grass. So I think understanding what it's going to take for us to go from one level to the next, and where the cash flow comes from in the business, is actually important. So for me, I think the clarity in the trade has been the take-home message, and also the playoff between the grass, the money, and the livestock. That shouldn't be undersold. That's a really big take-home for everyone.